boys and girls. Welcome to the Crafty Corner. My name is Miss Lisa, and I'm at the Fayette County Public Library, and we have these craft packets for you to come up and pick up from the library. So today we are going to be making this adorable little movable frog. He is very adorable. And so come get your packet. He moves. It's so cute. All right, and in your packet you are going to find a red strip for his tongue, yellow for the frog, green for the lily pad, and you're going to have some templates that we're going to use today. So the way we use these templates is that we are going to take the color. So let's do the lily pad first. We're going to take the green construction paper and lay it underneath. In fact, I'm going to cut it in half here so we don't have as much paper. Go ahead and cut this. Okay, and I didn't cut it totally out. Did you see that? I didn't cut it totally out. So I'm going to lay it on top. Now, if you're not a very good cutter, you may need a parent to come help you because you need to hold it still while you are cutting. And you're going to cut along the green or the black line that's on your template. So we're just going to cut very carefully all the way around. And I'm going to go cut that off so that's less for me to hold. And I'm going to do this little part of the lily pad. Come over here and I can actually cut that part off. And I can just keep trimming around and I'm holding it with the thumb that I'm not using my scissors with. We're just going to keep going until we get to the end. I'm going to hold it down again as I move around. And then we can take the template off. And then there we have our beautiful lily pad. Make sure that you throw away the trash that you don't need. All right, so there's our lily pad. Now we need to do the frog. Now the frog's a little bit more complicated because of his little toes and his little fingers. So again, I'm going to cut off some of that excess. I'm going to lay it down and I'm going to cut off here too so I don't have so much to hold so it's not wiggly. And this one's going to be a little trickier with all those little toes, but I know you can do it. So we're going to go and just do like we did with the lily pad and just trace around as best you can. And you really want to get those little toes to show. So be very careful going in and out and in and out while you go around and just hold it really still with your other hand. And you've noticed I've picked my hand up and moved a little bit, but each time I've tried to reposition it just a little bit so that it's exactly where I was cutting before. Now here's a trick is you can go and come from the top instead of turning it all around. Instead of moving your hand, you could come in from the top. So come in from the top on that side, come in from the top on this side, and then you don't have to really move it all the way around. That's another little trick maybe you can use when you're cutting. All right, this little toenail, look, this guy's gonna have some little sharp toes it looks like. All right, let's keep going. Even for an adult, sometimes it's hard to cut anything that has little details like that. So just do your very, very best. Cut around this toe. Now here at the library, we have a lot of books on frogs. Now a frog is an amphibian, which means that he starts his life in the water, but spends a lot of his time also on land. So we've got lots of different books. The book I brought today are Deadly Frogs. And how do you know the difference between a frog and a toad? That's a good question. So you can come, we have books that will give you those answers. So now our frog is going to be yellow to begin with, so you're going to want to have some markers ready so that we can decorate him. We're going to make some polka dots, or you could make stripes, or you could do whatever you wanted. All right, now the moment of truth comes. How good did I cut out his little toes? Oh my goodness, that one almost didn't come out at all, and that one's too fat. All right, well, we might have a little bit of an abnormal frog. We can maybe trim up just a little bit here. I don't know what to do about this hand, boys and girls. It looks a little funky, but I can trim this hand just a little bit. There we go. Anyway, it's a frog. I think you get the idea that we're going to decorate him with some, we need some eyes. So it's going to make two ovals right here. Okay, and then we're going to color in most of it except for where we want the eye. The eye's going to stay yellow. Okay, we're just going to save part of it that's yellow and color in the rest. Now I think I'm going to do like the one we made originally. We're just going to add a little green around his eyes. And then we're going to add just some polka dots here and there, all around, some big, some little. Maybe a couple up here on his arm, down by his legs. You do it how you want, okay? You make your little frog, and you don't have to make him green. You could use another color if you wanted to. Now, what's really cool is that he's bouncing on the lily pad. So what we're going to want to do is take some of this yellow, and we're going to make a little loop that he is going to sit on, okay? So we're going to take our glue stick and go ahead and glue that loop together. I have to hold it for just a little bit. Now before we do that, we can decorate the lily pad as well. You can see on this one, we did some big stripes. So I'm just going to go ahead and stripe this because lily pads aren't totally flat. They do have a little bit of a wave to them, and this sort of gives that illusion. So we've got some stripes going on here. Once we have that done, then we can glue this little tab, and probably the white glue will help it stick better and more permanently. So we're going to put a little white glue in there and stick the tab down. Now you could make him go this way or this way, however you wanted him. I'm just going to go ahead and put the tab right here in the middle. I'm holding it down. And when we're done and when we're ready, we're going to put him right there on that tab so it looks like he's jumping around on that lily pad. Now, we're not done yet. We have to make him a tongue. So you have the red, and what we're going to do is just trim off some of this so that it's super thin. And boys and girls, you probably need an adult to help you with this. If we're going to curl it, you could use the blade of your scissors. I don't know if you've ever seen people make curlicues with ribbons like that. Or you could take a pencil and just wrap it around. This would probably be the safer way of doing it to make the curlicue. Wrap it around your pencil a little bit. He's really curly. I don't know if we want that curly of a tongue, but I might need to trim it so it's not quite so long. So we're going to have this curly tongue here, however you want to make it. And we're going to need to probably put a little dash of white glue right there and stick it up underneath his face there. You know that they love to catch flies of all kinds, and they use that tongue to snap it out and grab that fly. So he's got a big old curly tongue. All right, maybe it needs to lay off to the side. I don't know. You decide how you want your tongue to go. I think it's pretty adorable. So then we're going to use the white glue again because we really want it to stick. Use that white glue on that tab and press that froggy down. Now don't press the tab down too far because if you flatten it, then you're not going to get the motion that you want down of the frog. So there we go, boys and girls. It's a little 3D frog, and we got some frog brothers here out in the pond on the lily pads. All right, boys and girls, I think this is an adorable craft. Just be careful when you're cutting the toes, because as you saw with mine, it's a little hard to do. All right, come on down to the library and grab your packet and make your little lily pads. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Miss Lisa. This has been the Crafty Corner for the Fayette County Public Library. I'll see you again real soon. Bye.